Can I get serious for a minute? Okay, now's that point in the show that I like to dedicate to the great Indian lounge acts of the 70s, the lizard lounge acts of the 70s, of which we really don't have enough anymore. I'll try to do as best I can. This is a favorite of mine. His name was Karim Jabbar. And this song is Tecate, which he did around Vegas, and he started here in New York. Tecate.
You know what amazes me about Greta when I look back on the whole thing, her whole pitiable demise, is that I never realized that it was drugs, or drugs were certainly a big part of it. See, when I first knew Greta, she was a complete teetotaler. Everybody else would be snorting and smoking and drinking and whatever, and not her. No, she didn't need it. Her doors of perception were flung wide open. Yeah, Greta had the spontaneity and the creativity, the elan, the druggies always think they have when they're on drugs, but of course they don't. See, I have to say, she's the person I knew best who died of a drug overdose. So, but she never bought stuff from me. She didn't do what I sold, 2 years ago or more. She was doing pharmaceuticals. So I never ended up with that OD'd corpse that was traceable to me and that would have brought everything crashing down around me. She protected me that way. I mean, if she had done illicit drugs, I wouldn't have sold it to her, not the way she was going. I mean, okay, maybe I would have sold it to her just to make sure she got good stuff, that she wasn't getting the poison that they sell out on the street, and also that she wasn't getting ripped off. She'd have gotten a fair count. I'd have protected her like that because we were friends. There was one guy I always thought was going to be my OD'd corpse. This guy, Donnie Main, worked for a big sports agent. And he would scarf up a huge line of coke and then, and I thought, oh God, here it comes. And then he'd say, Wickham, let's go out and walk around, okay? Yes, let's go out and walk around. Let's not stay in my apartment. No, I was like the illicit stuff. It's more romantic. It's like a sordid affair. There's a sign over the bed, abandon hope, all ye who sweat up these sheets. Pharmaceuticals are like a sex surrogate, an affair with a stamp of doctor's approval, or a note from an authority to say it's all right. It's not all right. It's bad. It's ugly. It's dirty. And that's what I love about it. But no, that's what brought her down, tramping around the village in the middle of winter wearing nothing but hot pants and a halter top, swapping pills with those happy horse shitters. I guess being into pharmaceuticals, she was on the cutting edge. She always was ahead of the curve. Or maybe not. Maybe it was a fond look back. See, when I first knew her, she was packing a few extra pounds, which isn't uncommon for anorexics. And she had these dresses specially made, these long dresses, that gave her the air of a 40s, early 50s B-movie queen. And I loved them. Yeah, that was her time. As she said, the last era when drag queens weren't the only women who dared to be glamorous. A hapless Jean Peters, caught in an espionage plot by a sweaty commie Richard Kiley. Or perpetual good girl, Colleen Gray, who never met an ex-con she couldn't fall for. Or the greatest of them all, Jane Greer, walking in out of the sunlight in virginal white, leading Mitchum, Kirk Douglas, and every other man she met into the fires of hell. Yeah, that's where she belonged. I could see her oohing and aahing as Montgomery Clift showed her his 9-foot medicine cabinet, and she'd go over each pill asking what it was. Drugs were a miracle then. This was right after all the discoveries coming out of World War II. They gave people hope. Housewives were lulled back into suburban somnambulance by Thorazine and Librium. Returning GIs were juiced on amphetamine so they could make up for lost time and jump back into the rat race. Hell, even lobotomies were held up as some kind of miracle. Yeah, they were hope. I'd like to think that about Greta, that they were her hope. She used to say to me, why can't they come up with a pill that'll let me sleep when I need to, wake up and be alert when I have to, and still keep my weight down?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was Tecate by Karim Bar-Lamine. I've got a really bad problem with simulated pot, and I'm trying to get myself, oh man, that suppository take, I get 50 of them a night, I'm up to 50 of them a night, I tell you, but anybody who wants to do a suppository during my set, that's fine, it's fine, Dave, you can do as many suppositories during my set as you want, fine with me. So where was I? Oh, you want? Yeah, I know.